First of all, we're spirit. We're body and soul. We're not simply material beings. Okay? And our spirit will live on. That's important to note. Put that away because that's going to come up big as we continue on in this series. Second of all, we're moral beings. See, this is what sets us apart from the rest of creation and means we're made in the image of God. We have a conscience, don't we? And we can suppress that. Again, like I said last week, try not too hard to think about the fall, about where we're at right now, the way things are. Kind of think back and look forward as much as you can. But we are moral beings. We have a conscience. We have a sense of right and wrong. Right? We have a sense of what's fair and what's not fair. We know what justice is, and we love to see justice be done. We have laws, and we make laws that try to be fair and equitable and limit damage. That's the image of God. Relational. We are relational. We relate, and our relationships are complex. There are layers to our relationships of different kinds. All you have to do is think 5 minutes on this whole idea of relationships, the different kinds of relationships in your life, the different layers of relationships, how complex they are with different people. Some people you're just friends with, you're more than friends, you love certain people. All those kinds of things come into play. They're complex. We're relational. God has given us that. That's part of who we are in Him, part of reflecting His image. We have knowledge. God is all-knowing. He's been pleased to share with us. We have rationality. At least most of us. Some of us don't. We're just irrational. That was a joke. Nobody laughed. Fell flat. All right. We have language. Just, again, if you think about these things for just a couple of minutes, it will blow your mind to the goodness of God. And just, these are things we don't think about. We just take them for granted. We have language. We read. We write. We think in the abstract. We do math, science, logic. We learn, and then we use that knowledge. Understand that knowledge. That's the image of God in us. Makes us accountable to Him and sets us apart from the rest of creation. We create things. He is the creator, but we create things. We plan, we figure, we construct. Again, we take the abstract, the math and the sciences like an engineer would do, right? Bob, you kind of take these things that are abstract and then you bring them over to the material. You build a bridge. It's there. You have all the figures and how much is and what you need here. And the next thing you know, you have something that we create in that way. That's the image of God. We're reflecting that. The arts, music, poetry. I don't know how good that poetry was last night, but good poetry, that's the art that you're creating in that way, as God does. This is all part of being in His image. Our emotions. Again, complex, deep, and they range from love to hate, from happy to being depressed, from calm to being angry, and on it goes. You see, this is what it means to be created in the image of God. We preserve. We like to preserve. We care for life. We protect. We heal. Right? Think of your parents. How much you care for your kids, and you bring them along and you watch over them. Some of you are called mother hens. You're like a mommy hen because you're all over your kids. You just won't. But there's that concern to preserve life, to care for life, to protect and to heal. When something's going on with our kids, we feel hurt for them. We feel sad. Why can't it be me? Why is this happening to them? I wish I could do more, right? There's that sense that we have in that way. And I mentioned this next one last week. This will be the last one. We can kind of go on and on if we wanted to. But I'm just giving you an idea. I want you to think about these things because these are things we don't think about too often. We just take them for granted. Instead, we should be thinking and praising God for this. Thank you, Lord God. I'm created in your image. After everything that you made, like David said in Psalm 8, I look out at everything that you've made, how massive it is, how awesome it is, how beautiful it is. What is man? Right? That you should think of him. And yet he thinks so much of us. And he loves us. And we're created in his image. Amen? So think on these things and bring honor and glory to him. And at the best, these things at their best, show us what it was like. Give us a taste of that, of what it was like.